Hey YouTube, isn't it hard to pass up a bargain? Let's have a look at this one.
Well, YouTube, I did another impulse purchase. I was down in Bunnings this morning and I had this Ozito 4-inch angle grinder on special for under $30. For that price I thought, yeah, you'd have to pick one up and give it a go. It comes with a 3-year replacement warranty, which I thought was pretty good as well, so that's $10 a year or less than $10 a year for an angle grinder. So, let's get it out and see what we got. Naturally, one angle grinder. Now when I got the one from Hitachi, they gave me a couple of grinding wheels with it, and for $30 I didn't think I'd get one from Ozito, but there you are, one Ozito grinding wheel with a $30 grinder. Can't complain about that at all. Usual stuff. I've got a handle that I never ever bothered to put on. Got the tool to take it off, which I always end up losing and making myself one. Book of words, but hey, everyone knows how to use an angle grinder. So that's it. The guard, I may actually use the guard because I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this angle grinder yet. I may put a wire wheel on it and just use it for taking the flux off welds after I weld them. Or I may set it up with the cut-off wheel on it for cut-off jobs and leave the Hitachi with the grinding wheels. Yet to be determined, but I'll go over to the shed and we'll give it a go and see how it works. Now before we go over to the shed to try it out, I'll just run through some of the features on it. One thing I didn't really expect was the spindle lock, because back in the old days you didn't get a spindle lock on any grinder. And when they did start to bring them out, it was usually the more expensive ones that had it and not the real cheap ones. So yeah, that's a bonus. Not that I'll use a handle, but you can put it left or right handed. It's a 150 watt motor. For a small lightweight grinder, it's not too bad. Alloy metal gearbox, which at least the gearbox isn't plastic, and I assume they mean the gears inside it as well as the housing. So again, that's another bonus. I hate to see plastic gears on anything. So yeah, that's about all the features of it. Let's go and try it out and see what happens. The first bit of negativity I got to say about this Ozito grinder, and it's a pretty minor thing, but this button on the back here. On the Hitachis that I've owned and the Makitas, you don't have to push it very far. Just down level with the casing is enough. This one I've actually got to get the extreme tip of my finger on and push it down like that, right inside. I hope you can see that, but that's gone right down. The other thing is, I find there's a lot of play there. Now that's a pretty minor thing. It's a bit uncomfortable to use it, that's the only thing. And I'm not particularly worried about the play there. If they honour their 3-year warranty, it's still $10 a year and a pretty cheap grinder. It just would have been a nicer touch if that had a lot less movement to engage. Very minor thing. You set it down on here like this and it's just a little bit rocky. If you set it down on a table, that's fine. I suspect it might be just sitting on this activation button. Yeah, it is. It is. That's what it is. When you set it down, you're setting it on the button now. Again, shouldn't be an issue because you've got to push the button forward in order to activate it, so it's not going to turn on by accident. Got a little safety switch here by the looks of it. You got to push it sideways. But anyway, it's not like it's going to turn on by putting it down, but it's unstable. Going with the other grinders I've owned, very minor thing, but it's just nice to be able to sit it down while it's still spinning and know that it's stable enough not to fall over. Whereas this one, it's got a nice little rim there that you could set it on if this wasn't sitting up in the way. And it's probably sitting up in the way because they've had to put some extra meat on it to fit this safety device in there.
I don't mind a little bit of workplace health and safety, and good design is always to be applauded. But really, putting a safe lock on a switch that you have to push down and slide forward before it will turn on is just overkill to the point of ridiculousness. Which makes it hard to use and, in my opinion, makes it more dangerous when you want to put it down on the table if it's still spinning. In short, a pretty stupid idea.
Anyway, safety gear on and a bit of scrap. Here, let's see how she goes. Okay, power-wise, I got no complaints. I think that's as good as any other 850 watt grinder I've ever had in my hands. However, I'll see how this grinding wheel goes. It's not been terribly impressive yet. I think probably one of the best grinding wheels I've used was the one I got free with the last Hitachi that I bought. If I see any more Hitachi grinding wheels floating around, I'll certainly be picking them up. Anyway, it's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with it. And for $30, I say it's $10 a year for its use. And if anything goes wrong with it, they'll replace it. All in all, I'm pretty happy with that purchase. It will do quite nicely for whatever I decide to use it for. And at the moment, I'm sort of leaning towards putting a wire brush on it and just leaving it for buffing down the wells when I'm doing some stick welding. Remains to be seen. At that price, I'm sort of even tempted next time I'm driving past, if they're still on special, to pick up a second one and keep it with the cut-off wheel. So I have one with the grinding wheel, one with the cut-off wheel and one with the wire brush. For $30, how could you go wrong? And I see that they're on eBay at twice that price, a little bit under twice that price actually. You'll pay $120 for a decent Makita. Just to clarify, I wouldn't recommend this for a tradie who's going to be really hammering that grinder. I think he should go and buy himself a Makita or a DeWalt or one of the quality brand names. For a hobbyist, just wants something to use at home when he's out tinkering in his shed, I think this will be just fine.
Well, there you have it, YouTube. I think this is a great little grinder for a hobbyist. Apart from a few minor ergonomic complaints, it seems like a good unit. I will post a video on it and let you know how it's going in a few years' time. And in the meantime, if you're a do-it-yourself person and you're just after a grinder for some reasonably light work, I think this is an excellent choice at the price. Don't forget to click like and subscribe for more. Until next time.